Hello. Hello, I'm Vegan Chef Day, and I'm here to talk to you about how to get more iron in your diet. And my new little rescue kitten, Gino, has decided to join me, and this was not a setup whatsoever. He just likes being in boxes. As cats and kittens do. I don't know what it is about boxes, but you know, if there's one, they have to get into it. So, anyway, I've been sending out invites to all of you guys, asking you to come along at 10:30 and have a chat with me so that I can reveal something super cool about how to get iron into your diet. Because, you know, if that's like a concern to you, as it was to me, then you're always like looking for like these different methods. I have to admit that when I was, say, 18, 19, 20, I looked yellow, like Homer Simpson yellow. Yeah, I do actually have a photo from back in the day, so I might be brave enough to share that one day, but seriously, like it was not a good look at all. And now I do not look yellow, I hope. So, yeah, my diet has improved immensely, and I'm always keen to like look at different ways to improve the overall kind of like health and well-being of me, just so that I can like have a kind of happier life. You know, it's not necessarily, for me anyway, to have like a really long life, although that would be fab, but for me it's feeling really good in the here and now. So, what is this magical way to get more iron into your diet? Is it one of the collection of cholesterol goodies that I have? Hello, Louise, thank you for joining me. And Bav, thank you for joining me. Yeah, if anybody comes into the room, then just like say a quick hello so that I know that you guys are here. And as ever, ask me questions as we go. Like, just shout at me. Like, don't actually just shout at me. Like text me, and then I'll answer. So, is it the cholesterol goodies? No. Is it my food from Riverford? No. It is a pan. So you've got a little bit of kitten action going on here. Yeah, so you like it too, don't you, Gina? Oh, he's such a cutie. Right, it's a pan. I know. This is like a bit weird because, you know, we've spent all of this time thinking about like how to not make the stuff from pans leach into our foods, right? So the whole like non-stick thing with the Teflon and the, you know, if you scratch it, then all of these chemicals are going to go into your food and you're going to die. And, you know, we've really tried to not have that in our cooking process, right? And then these guys come along and say, we've made these pans for you guys, vegans specifically. No, they didn't, but this is a real bonus point for us. And it just, the iron from it goes into your food. So when I first heard about it, I was a bit like, that's a bit strange, because we've spent so long trying to not get things from pans into our food. But that's because all of those pans that we were using before, they were coated with like synthetic stuff and chemicals and things that you just don't want to be in your body. So, but these pans, look at that big thing. I was about to swear then. Just got away with that. These pans are made with cast iron. So cast iron was really popular at one point, but they've kind of like gone out of fashion. But now these guys, so the brand is called Ghisanativa. Say that after a few sherries. Ghisanativa. See, I can say it. Ghisanativa. I can say it. It's a bit like saying Pizza la Dia. You just have to like go into the word and just, you know, hope for the best, and then you can say it. Ghisanativa. Oh yeah, I've got it down, see. So, and they're sold by a company called White's. So they're made with cast iron, which means that they are like pretty solid and heavy, and they're made with cast iron, and that is it. So there's no coating or what, you know, whatsoever. So we've got a question coming. Leonora Godfrey. Hi, Sweet. We were the first vegan hotel and restaurant in Devon. Ooh, well, I can see a trip to Devon coming up then. I would love to come down and check it out. So and also like share images of your lovely hotel and the food, of course. I wouldn't be vegan if I didn't share food photos, so priority there. Okay, so back to the pans. So these are cast iron. And just to be completely honest with you guys, right, these guys sent them to me and they said, hello Nikki, don't tell any embarrassing university stories about me now, please. We're here to be talking about pans. Right, so just to be completely transparent, these guys, they sent me these pans for an honest review, an honest testimonial. Hello Corrado, thank you for joining us. So I've been playing around with them for the last few days to see how I get on with them. Hello Nikki. And hello Bridget, hello. And I wouldn't share information about these pans if I didn't really like them. The iron thing is fantastic. Like when they were telling me about that, it just completely blew my mind, because we keep trying to get vitamins and minerals from all this food, and that's great, but of course a lot of our food supply has been tampered with so much that it can be quite hard to get everything you need, particularly if unfortunately you've just got like a crappy supermarket to buy your veg from. So things like this are great. So they gave me this. Is it a cast iron pan? Yes, it is a cast iron pan. Yes. Yeah, completely solid cast iron. So no coating, like nothing on top of it. Nothing like that. Hello Lee, thank you for joining me. So it comes with this little handy booklet where it says things like, it represents a smart and logical evolution in cast iron and cookware, and it's the result of and it's been heated to over 1 billion degrees Celsius, apparently as hot as the sun. It's not, that's hyperbole. But this stuff's really lovely, and if you're like a history kind of science geek, then that's great. But just checking I didn't hit the kin. I didn't, by the way. But that stuff's brilliant and it's good information. But my questions are, how does it improve the experience of cooking and eating for you guys and for me guys? So, right, firstly, it's non-stick. So it means that you don't need as much oil. Basically, that's what non-stick does. But of course, as I said, it's not coated with anything, which is brilliant. Secondly, it retains heat, which is great if you, like me, go back for seconds and thirds and maybe fourths. So at the end of cooking your food, you can turn it off the heat and then you can keep going back and it will still be warm. And the one thing that I love about these pans, and I will lift it up and show you, is that you can just take it to the table like that and serve it like that, because it's like a pretty bonny pan. So that's like a really nice like centerpiece, and you can make it look really pretty. So over the last week I've been cooking a lot of one pot dishes, which is my next challenge, 30 days of one pot dishes, so look out for that on Instagram over July. And it's great because I literally just shove everything in the pan, add some water, bring it to a simmer and just let it bubble away. So because of the iron that's used, it means that the heat is distributed really well and evenly. So it means that the whole thing is cooking at the same time. With a lot of pans, you get this kind of like hot spot, and you'll notice this. So when you cook something, say for example a pancake, that's a really good example. You cook a pancake and there'll be one area that cooks quicker than another, and it's bloody annoying. Hello Eleanor, thank you for joining me. Whereas with these guys, you don't at all. So the next thing I'm going to make with this is a Dutch pancake. So what's a Dutch pancake? A Dutch pancake is like a pancake, but you put it into the oven and it kind of gets a bit fluffy. So that's the good thing about these, because you can do it on the hob, you can cook it on the hob, and then you can put it into the oven. So these aren't cheap. They aren't. There is no way of getting around it. They are what I would call, Ghisanativa is the best ever. Oh, Eleanor, you like them too. Good. Okay, so these are not cheap. They're not cheap. There's no way of getting around that. They start at about 120 quid for the smaller one. And I would say like the smaller one is probably, if you're like just a home cook, you know, you don't have a restaurant or whatever, that's probably all you need. Because this one, I've got this one and I've got another one. they take up so much space on my hob that I can't get anything onto the other 2 rings. So I think like you guys would need the smaller pans. So they're starting at about 120 quid because they're doing like 25% off at the moment. But yes, and that is a lot of money, but I think like it's quite an investment because the amount of pans that you go through, because they get those like horrible hot spots or the handles start cracking or that type of thing, then it is an investment because these ones, they last forever and they're so sure that they're going to last forever that they have a lifetime guarantee. So if you're anything like me, when you get something that has a guarantee, you know, you get that little card and you just, I just kind of throw it away. Don't do that with these. Because, you know, you may want to, hopefully you won't need to use that, but, you know, it's 120 quid, so we don't want to mess around with, like, your money. So, what else can I say about them? They're versatile. You can, as I said, like, put them in the oven, and you get that real even heat. And they've been approved by the Vegetarian Society as being suitable for vegans and vegetarian. So, we've got another question. Going no customers to look after, keep up the good work. Oh, okay, thank you for coming. I'm going to put the link to the company that sell these in the comments so you guys can go and have a look and see if you want to buy one. I mean, I think that this is a great item for treating yourself or treating somebody else, like for the foodie in the family, for Christmas time, or birthday or anniversary or Hanukkah or whatever. It would be a really, really nice gift, because they are an investment, but it's one of those things that will like really, really last forever. So as I said earlier, all of the iron, not all of the iron, a lot of the iron is going to come into the food, which is cool. I don't really know how to measure that. But apparently it does, so that's super cool. I'm going to carry on using these because I just think like with this whole zero waste thing as well, which is something that I'm really, oh, you love the kitten, I love the kitten too, he's a sweetie, isn't he? No. Anyway, sorry. With the whole zero waste thing, which I'm really getting into at the moment, and I hope you guys are too, you know, I'm trying to think about the products that I use and making sure that they last for a really long time, as long as possible, and getting products that don't last as long is just a bit of a false economy. So now I have a metal spork, a folding spork, that I carry with me everywhere, and I also have metal straws as well. So this is the next move in my aim to be as zero waste as I possibly can, because the horrible thing with throwing away pans is that, you know, you can't like recycle them or anything like that, so literally they go into landfill, which is pretty not very nice. So do you guys have any questions for me? Anything pan related? Oh, yes, that actually reminds me, one thing to say is that they are heavy. So anybody who, you know, has difficulty kind of, you know, lifting things, it might not be for you. You know, like weak wrists, or, you know, if you've got an RSI or anything like that, then they might not be for you. So that's just like one thing to, you know, to think about. Or, you know, if you've got somebody else in the family that can just like lift it for you. Right, so sorry, we've got some questions. I'm gonna have to come over here. Are you going to post this to your timeline? I missed the start. Yes, I am definitely gonna post it to my timeline, and then you'll get to see kittens jumping out of boxes at the start. A kitten. Lou, is there anything that's good not to do with them? Dishwashing, etc. Ooh, that's a really good question. Okay, so with cast iron, you shouldn't use harsh chemicals on it at all. I use Method. I don't know if you guys know them, but they're like a really great like eco company. All of their stuff's vegan, no, you know, no testing animals, anything like that. So I use their washing up liquid on it, and some hot water, and that's it. I dry it quite quickly afterwards, just so that there isn't water left on it, because cast iron pans, they can rust, but you just need to do that. And then also these pans, they've already been treated with some extra virgin olive oil. So they come like ready to use. With some pans, you need to what's called season it. So you need to do that yourself, but they've already done that for you. If it needs re-seasoning, then you can do that by just wiping over some extra virgin olive oil and then wiping it off lightly, and then you put it back in the oven. But they give you instructions about that, so you'll be able to do that, and you shouldn't really have to do that too often at all. Okay, another question. What is the best greasing vegan option for cooking? Oh, my love, do you mean what's the best oil to use? Just clarify that for me, and I'll ask, and I'll answer the question I think that you've asked. So, for oil purposes, oil is like a really big question mark. Every food demo I do at vegan festivals, there is at least one question about which oil you should use. So from the research that I've done, I therefore use extra virgin olive oil, or actually just extra virgin olive oil. If I'm making something like a curry where I don't want like that olive oily taste, then I might use a bit of sunflower oil. And that's it. Maybe a bit of coconut oil, but again, like the flavour of that can be quite, you know, can overtake things. But recently I did go to a nutrition course, and the teacher, she said that the whole issue about extra virgin olive oil and its smoking point, actually they found out that that isn't an issue at all, and it doesn't mean that it's going rancid, or it's, you know, creating like trans fats, or, you know, it's gonna harm you in any way. So, and she said she just uses extra virgin olive oil the whole time, but you need to use the good stuff, because quite often the extra virgin olive oil in supermarkets is cut with other stuff. So, you know, get the best you can buy, but quite often there are offers on that, and it lasts for a really long time, so you can get like a big vat of it when it's on offer. So if we don't have any more questions, I might leave you to your lovely Saturdays, but you can post me more questions in the comments below, down there. And hit me up with any other questions that you have. Any questions you have about, you know, what do I do with this vegetable? How do I cook quinoa? What's the best lentils to use for this, that, the other? Whatever it is, then just fling your questions at me, and I will do my best to either do a vlog for you specifically on those questions. He's coming back. I think he really, really likes the limelight. Okay, so I will leave you to your Saturdays, and we're gonna say bye-bye now.